Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, shocking rape numbers revealed. 2 new ambassadors named. We're live at Fort Charlotte and find out what's on our plate. So let's start the running off right.
The Morning Edition is brought to you by We Buy, You Sell Company, your leading hurricane impact windows, doors, and tile specialist.
Good things take time. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And good morning, everybody. I'm Charles Fisher, a view there of Nassau Harbor as one of Carnival cruise ships comes in. Tourism back in full swing. We're living in the 242, and we don't know how blessed we are to be here. Look at what we're waking up to. The Carnival legend rolling right in with lots of passengers here today on a beautiful Wednesday morning. And speaking about beautiful, you're so beautiful this morning.
Thank you.
You're looking just like a banana bread this morning, and it's banana bread day.
It's banana bread day, yes.
Banana bread day. We're so fortunate to have our Cindy. She took the day off and she baked us this banana bread. You see why I say the banana bread looks exactly like LaDawn today. And today is banana bread day. So if you want a piece of this banana bread, you're going to have to come on down here to the studio and get a piece before it's all gone. And today is also what's on your plate Wednesday. So we have something called churros.
And I think she has a banana churros that she wants us to try out. I think her name is Karen Sands.
Karen Sands is here with
she's in the house this morning.
We'll be looking forward to that as well. We're also going to talk about those sweet treats that some people should be avoiding, and we're going to go down to Crystal Darling, who's down there at the fort.
I just want to.
So you want to.
Yeah, I just want to eat.
What else is this you have?
Banana chips. We have banana chips as well that I think you should try.
I know one thing that's going to show. I know you wanted to get in shape for someone, put on that bathing suit. It look like if you keep eating this stuff.
I'm getting it together, guys. Getting it together. Stomach is getting flat. All right. Summer will be here in about, 4 months? Can't wait.
No, we get up early in the morning, don't have time to fix breakfast at home, so.
It smells good. That banana bread smells good. How does it taste?
Cindy did a very good job on this morning.
That's awesome.
So
we're teasing Crystal. I'm sure she awaits her taste when she gets back to the station with this banana bread.
So while I take a bite out of this banana bread, like I always say, my grandma say, never talk with your mouth full. I'm going to turn it over to Crystal Darling with traffic. Let me enjoy this banana bread.
Stand by.
Once you touch it, I'll add it up.
Good morning, Fisher and LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're here on Fort Charlotte with a beautiful view of West Bay Street. And this morning, I'm here with Officer Patrick Kemp. Good morning, Officer Kemp. Could you give us just a little review of last night's traffic?
Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Bahamas. And within the 24-hour period, reported to us were 15 crashes. All right. And as I stated before, it's incumbent on the drivers to drive with care and attention. You must pay special attention to the rules, the regulation, and be a brother and sister keeper while you're on the street.
Okay, and we know that on West Bay Street this morning we have seen quite a bit of emergency vehicles driving up and down this road. Do you have any advice for motorists when emergency vehicles are coming down the street?
Well, I want to say to the motoring public, you must pay special attention to any and all emergency vehicles, and if you see any emergency vehicles approaching, whether it's from the front, from the rear, to please pull to the side safely. We're not asking that you ride up on the sidewalk in a manner to cause damage to your vehicle or drop in some hole, but you must come to a stop and allow that vehicle to pass. Also, I want to say for persons who find themselves in an emergency situation where they need to get to the hospital right away, a husband is transporting his pregnant wife, sickness, possibly death or life situation, life and death situation, the rules still apply. Okay, I don't expect persons to break the traffic rules in order to get to that hospital or nearby clinic.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Officer Kemp. Back to you in the studio, Fisher and LaDawn.
Pretty on the outside. Once again, we are waking up to 68 degrees, mostly sunny, winds east at 6 miles per hour, humidity 93%. Now, high pressure continues to promote mostly tranquil conditions and brisk winds across the Bahamas. For the northwest Bahamas, weather partly sunny, a bit breezy and warm with the chance of isolated showers today, becoming mostly fair and mild tonight. For the central and southeast Bahamas, weather variably cloudy, warm and breezy with few quick passing showers throughout tonight. Today's high temperature 82 degrees Fahrenheit, your overnight low of 68. And as we look ahead to Thursday and Friday, partly sunny and breezy in the day on Thursday, 80 in the day, 69 at night. And then on Friday, those breeze creep in here in the morning, 80 in the day, 69 at night.
Shocking statistics revealing the Bahamas to be among countries with the highest rape rate in the region cause for concern from many top officials and lawmakers. Among them, Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, who says the seemingly high occurrence of the crime requires the relevant ministries to take a closer look.
We need to look at the instances of where these are happening. We have a small population, so it's per capita. We have a high influx of students during spring break. Anecdotally, from my previous practice, a lot of sexual offenses are reported during the spring break season. We need to educate persons, men and women, because both men and women are victims.
Flanked by family, friends, and dignitaries, Ambassador-designate to the Republic of Cuba, His Excellency Dr. Elliston Ramming, and Ambassador-designate to the United Nations in New York, Stan Smith, took the oath of allegiance during a ceremony at the Balmoral Club, Cable Beach on Tuesday. The new ambassadors have distinguished careers within the public service and will now bring a diverse mix of experience to the Foreign Service.
Our relationship with fellow members of the United Nations and that with the government of the Republic of Cuba are among the top priorities.
We are about to deepen and strengthen the level of cooperation between our two countries as it relates to such things as manufacturing, pharmaceutical development, and import substitution technologies.
There is continuing work on the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. And for this reason, in expanding our global voice, I understand that the government intends to seek a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council for the 2032-33 term.
Government keeping its eye on all aspects of opportunity over in the United Arab Emirates as Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs Minister, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, participated in the Agriculture Innovation Mission Ministerial meeting on Tuesday. Minister Sweeting declared the Bahamas' urgency to join after 2019's Hurricane Dorian, committing his ministry's goal to support greater blue and green economic diversification by engaging youth and women in green waste, biofuels, bioenergy, and agroecological research. Despite the gradual loosening of COVID-19 restrictions in this country, Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darwell, says officials have a contingency plan should numbers surge again. He says their primary responsibility is to prevent community spread.
That is done by implementing certain restrictions, and we intend to be proactive, we intend to be fluid, and we intend to move as the pandemic moves, and that way we're able to allow the economy to operate while protecting individuals from community spread. So that is the plan. The plan is very fluid. We do not have a set plan, but we know based on what's in front of us what we would have to do.
13 new cases of COVID-19 reported in the Ministry of Health's latest release, 9 here in New Providence, 3 in Exuma, and 1 in Long Island. 8 of the newly infected are male. Hospitalizations are down to 35, with 4 of those cases in the intensive care unit. There have been 87 new recoveries. 5,983 cases are still active. The Davis administration is looking to the Seventh-day Adventist Church for its use of its Wolf Road campus, which the Christie administration had hoped to transform into the Star Academy. STAR, which is an acronym for Students Transitioning, Achieving, and Refocusing Enrichment, was envisioned to target at-risk youth. Questioned on the future of the project halted by the Minnis administration in 2017, Education Minister the Honorable Gladys Hannah Martin had this to say.
The administration changed. It became controversial. I don't know why, because you're dealing with an established church and the government of the Bahamas, and there was a lot of innuendo that surrounded it, and the project was stopped for all those years. we have now, we've entered into discussions with the Seventh-day Adventist Church for the utilization of that location. But it might not, it might be for a different purpose, and we're discussing another educational purpose for young people. So that's where it is right now. Nothing has been confirmed, but it's actively under discussion.
And still to come, we're making churros live, so keep it locked.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Big 14s get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Capo Bahamas Group of Companies is celebrating women in technology. We're taking this opportunity to pause and highlight the leading ladies in information, communication, and technology who are breaking stereotypes and shattering glass ceilings. We hope you'll join us in honoring the tremendous girl power that keeps our community connected.
Uterine fibroid procedures are one of the most common for women in this country, and this morning, Crystal Drawling tells us more about the condition.
In 2017, doctors gave Tashia Knowles the startling news. She had 3 fibroids on her uterus, a condition that required her to undergo a rather complex procedure, one that frightened her. But as Knowles' condition worsened, she became anemic, eventually having to be admitted to hospital. It's then that doctors told her the fibroids had to be removed immediately.
It's affecting their work, having to take time off from work. It's affecting their clothes, bleeding through their clothes, having to throw it away and having to buy new clothes. It's affecting their intimacy with their partners, who are also saying, you know what, my spouse, my significant other, my girlfriend, my fiance is dealing with this, and not only do I feel bad for them, but I'm also feeling terrible because I'm sleeping in a place whereby at any given time during the course of this particular 7-day period, I don't know what I'm going to wake up to. So that's why I do and why I focus my efforts on really providing this minimally invasive approach that is definitive to really sort of extinguishing these symptoms that are really plaguing women here in the Bahamas.
And as interventional radiologist Dr. Mikhail Higgins expected, a minimally invasive procedure was just what Tashia had hoped for.
I was always afraid of having scar tissues and all this post-surgery trauma, and it just was a good fit for me. It really was, because the months during the pandemic, I lost I think about 40, 50 pounds. And the ceiling would be spinning because I had the low blood rate.
And as for life post-procedure,
since then, I think it looks like I had a tummy tuck, and it was just amazing, to be honest. So I was healed physically, mentally, emotionally. I mean, I think this girl looks pretty good, eh?
Today is Play Tennis Day, and coincidentally, the Bahamas has a girls and boys team at the World Junior Tennis Competition pre-qualifying event in El Salvador. This morning we are joined by President of the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association, Perry Newton. Good morning, Perry. Welcome to the Morning Edition.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, give us an update on how Team Bahamas is doing down there in El Salvador.
Well, after 2 days of play, the teams are doing extremely well. The boys team started playing on Monday, and they won their first match against Honduras, 3-love. The ladies, they played yesterday, and they played against Suriname, and they were able to pull off the victory after defeating the team in doubles, and they won 2-1. So we're looking forward to a good set of matches today. And it's very exciting. Some of the players, it's their first time in international competition, representing the country. We had a 2-year hiatus because of COVID. So the kids are very excited to be able to represent their country.
Well, like you mentioned, today is Play Tennis Day, and here in the Bahamas, like in many other parts of the world, tennis is played competitively and recreationally. Definitely great way to get fitness in, right?
Definitely. We actually have a program called Play Tennis that we run for the kids on Saturdays. And, last year alone, we saw about 200 kids be introduced to the sport of tennis. So it's a very good program. Last week, we introduced our adult play tennis program for adults. We have some parents who've been taking part. As their kids learn to play tennis, they began to learn to play tennis as well. So, you're more than welcome. It's a good way to stay fit, lose a lot of weight. And definitely after being locked down all those many months, personally, I've seen myself drop a few pounds as well. So it's definitely a good way to get involved. We even have parents who come in and coach. So it's a lot of fun.
And how does the future look for tennis here in the 242?
I didn't hear the first part.
How does the future look for tennis here in the 242?
How does
the future of tennis look here in the country?
Oh, it's extremely bright. We have kids now who, they're 12, 14. They're 12, 14, and they are definitely have a bright future. We have kids who are just getting introduced into the sport of tennis. And, so it's definitely bright. We have adults who are getting into the sport for the first time. So we, at the BLT, we're looking to grow the sport of tennis, and we're playing definitely across the country on Abaco, in Grand Bahama, in Eleuthera. So there's a lot of growth continually going on in the country.
Well, thanks a lot, Perry Newton, for joining us here on the morning edition, and good luck to Team Bahamas down there in El Salvador.
All right, thank you.
And with so much going on recently with suspected drug-laced sweets, we had a chance to speak with Cale Mortimer, president of Mortimer's Candy Kitchen. He's informing consumers on what to look for.
I would say know your supplier. As all the banks and all the other companies are doing a KYC, know your clients right now, I would say know your supplier, know who you're buying from.
Now, it may look or be disguised as a regular candy treat. Tastes sweet, but has side effects.
The problem is with that, the people who are making them are not putting the proper ingredients on them, so they would know that how much the THC level is in them. If you're going to do that, you need to be certified and get those proper ingredients in place. Vendors is the one who are actually making the product, so they need to be the ones held responsible, even though the problem is the public is taking them in and eating them.
Besides looking at the ingredients, consumers should also be aware of certain aspects of the wrappers.
You should check the seals to see if the back is open or if anything has been tampered with before eating. I recommend that. There is a self-conscious that you should check any item before you eat it. Check the specifications of the package itself.
With that in mind, Mortimer Candy Kitchen, which has been in existence for more than 90 years and being good to Bahamians, had to make some kind of adjustments.
About 10 years ago, we had to change our wrapper because we used to wrap by the wax paper, but getting into the hotels and the other restaurants, we had to get a proper sealed, heat sealed package, whereas the outside elements would not be able to penetrate the package.
Now, despite the negativity that is coming along with drug-induced sweets and its side effects, Mortimer sees a market for it.
There is a market there, but it has to be done properly. And that's what we're looking to get into once it's opened. We have not started that market yet. Once the legal problems and situations be resolved and they open the market, I would like to get into it, but right now we're doing basic candies, sweets, mints, fudges, coconut cakes, penny cakes, peanut cakes with no THC.
And that's all good for the sweet tooth.
We average about 4 to 5 batches per day. Right now, this is our slow period, and each batch produces over 1,200 pieces of candy. Easter is a big time for us. Valentine is just passed, so we're looking for the sales to pick up.
When we come back after the break, find out more of what's happening at Fort Charlotte. Stay tuned.
The natural resources of the Bahamas play a critical role in supporting Bahamian livelihoods. For example, the fishing and tourism industry, which include fishermen, seafood exporters, hoteliers, dive operators, restaurants, and others. Collectively, they generate approximately $1.5 billion a year. Therefore, we must respect and preserve what we have. These resources belong to us.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
So let's all do our part to maintain our local economy and a good quality of life. Remember, if we take care of nature, nature will take care of us.
Good morning and welcome back to the morning edition. I'm here with Dion Sims, the supervisor at Balcony House at AMMC. Good morning, Mr. Sims.
Good morning. How are you?
I am good.
Well, that's good to hear, man.
Okay. So could you tell us about Fort Charlotte and the importance of restoring Fort Charlotte, and how far are you in the process?
Well, right now, Fort Charlotte is under a lot of, we're doing a lot of work now, because what we had was that we closed down in March 2020, right? And since then, since nobody's been in the fort, what has happened is that nature has basically come back to claim what is hers, right? And so we're not looking to open until April, but in the meantime, we have to get things like safety stuff done, like the railings. We have to get the bathrooms repaired. We have plumbing and electrical things to do. So we want to make it perfect so that when people come back, they have the type of experience that the fort is known to give, and maybe even a better one this time around.
Okay. And you spoke about restoration and the importance of restoration. How important is it to have this open to the public for Bahamians and visitors to see?
Well, it's important because, this is from a bygone era. We don't have much things from the 1700s in the Bahamas that is accessible by people. So this is a treasure. This is something that, thank goodness it can't be turned into a jewelry store or something like that. So come and check it out, because there's a lot of history here. I mean, if you look, you'll see the most elegant form of graffiti ever done anywhere, where people actually had to carve their names in the wall. So you never know. You might come here and find one of your family members carve their names in the wall.
Okay, and as you continue to restore the fort, what are some key elements, some of the focuses here at this fort?
What do you mean, things what we want people to see, what we want them to know?
Yes.
Okay, well, first of all, understand this. This fort was supposed to cost $2 million in today's money. It ended up costing $8 million. So if you want to see what $8 million looks like, come check it out, right? Also, the fort is actually 3 forts in one. We're standing in Fort Charlotte proper. Over there where the bleachers are is Fort Stanley, and behind that is Fort Darcy. Most people think that the advanced guardhouse out front is the fort. No, it is not. Another thing what you will find out when you come here is that as far as you can see, that was the fort. All of where the cricket pitch is, all of where Clifford Park, the Botanical Gardens, all of that was a part of Fort Charlotte. Dunmore wanted 1,000 yards around the fort so that he could see any enemies coming, right? Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that history lesson, right, Mr. Sims. Back to you in the studio, Fisher and LaDawn.
Well, Fisher, I don't know about you, but I'm really getting hungry. I'm excited to see what these churros are all about.
Ice cream again. We have vanilla ice cream. We had ice cream and grits on Monday. Now we're having ice cream with churros. What is churros?
Churros are a fried dough and sugar. It originated from Mexico.
Sans is going to tell us more about that after the break. LaDawn?
All right, keep it locked. I can't wait. And as we head to the break, we take a look back at the day of Bahamian history. On February 23rd, 1956, the foundation stone was laid for the Ranfurly Home for Children, which was completed in April of that year. Also on this day in 1961, a bill to allow women to vote for passed in the House of Assembly. It came into effect June 30th, 1962, with Ruby Ann Darling becoming the first to register 2 days later.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
Direct Talk with your host David G goes on the road live in the Turks and Caicos Islands as we celebrate our heritage and culture. 2 countries, 1 people, 1 chain of islands.
Direct Talk live from the Turks and Caicos Islands, partially sponsored by Bahamas Air.
So what's on your plate this morning? We have Karen Sands from Churros. Tell us about how this business got started.
Well, I was scrolling on Facebook and I was saying, you know, I wanted to start something to make some extra money. And I saw these, and I had these actually when I was in the States, and I was like, you know what, let me try it. Nobody was doing it, so I said, let me jump on this train.
So how do you make these? I see you have all kind of Pringles and twisted this and bananas and Oreos and my favorite ice cream.
Right. So I actually make simple dough. I put it in my churro machine, the churro machine right here, roll it out, and then I deep fry them for like about 10 to 15 minutes. I have churro ice cream balls, bites, red velvet, classic churros.
So you're gonna make one for us this morning? Fix up one for us this morning, I should say.
Okay. Listen, I see you have, you know, cereal and all this other stuff. Tell us about that, because I'm interested in what's there.
Well, my audience target are children, so I have sprinkles here for them, sprinkles, Fruity Pebbles. I have banana because today's banana day, and Oreos.
So let's start making one.
Okay, so what you feeling? You feeling a bowl?
I gotta make my own. You go do what you have to do.
No, let him make his own. No, show us first, and then let us. Yeah. Okay. I see the red velvet one over there. It's quite catchy.
My favorite ice cream. Taking long.
All right.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Karen. So
okay, let me do a red velvet for LaDawn, because she been eyeing these red velvet from
yes. So you put the red velvet. You make all these handmade by yourself.
Right. You say you can help yourself.
Okay. Let me.
So what do you want in it?
I see guava cream cheese.
Right. Regular cream cheese, chocolate, Bailey's cream, and I have strawberry syrup.
Ooh, Bailey's cream.
Bailey's?
Okay. Sounds interesting. All right.
With this whipped cream and guava cheese.
Guava cream cheese, right. Okay.
Yeah, I want some of that too.
Just cream cheese.
I don't want to put too much on it because I don't want it to be too sweet.
Okay. Okay.
So you put anything in
a little bit of banana on it, just a little, because it's banana day.
Yeah, you put chocolate on banana.
Okay.
Yeah, just 1 or 2. Yes. Okay, Fisher, you ready?
I haven't finished mixing mine yet. I put some chocolate on mine.
Do you want me to wait for you?
You go ahead.
Okay.
Ladies first.
All right.
Put some sprinkles.
See how it tastes.
You put an ice cream on yours too?
Yeah, please. I love ice cream.
Pretty good. And it's crunchy.
Right.
I love it.
Where's my banana bread? Quincy, Randy, could you get my banana bread there? I put it off the set somewhere. You could get the banana bread.
Quincy and Randy, this is really good.
This is how my ice cream.
This is different.
See how
different from the grits and ice cream.
I just want to put everything in one. You know. See, Randy's bringing my banana bread right here. Thank you, sir.
See, I can't. That is just too much. No, Fisher. Oh wow. Mr. Sons, no. So how's business been going so far?
So far,
despite the pandemic.
It's been good. I had a little break, but I said I'm gonna, start again. I had a $1 churro day, the early part of the year, and I am gonna stay consistent. I am open Saturdays and Sundays, you can always message me for the home location.
How can persons, I guess, get in contact with you to get a taste of the
They
churros?
can message me on Facebook, it's Bahamian Churros, or Instagram, Bahamian Churros 242, or they can WhatsApp me, 802-0668. Also, I on TikTok. So Bahamian Churros 242.
And what's the most popular churros? The most popular one?
The most popular right now is the classic, because, people like, regular plain churros, The older persons usually like red velvet, so yeah.
All right, thank you so much. And be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition at 6:30 and the Bahamas Tonight at 7. And that's it for us this morning. Thank you so much, Karen. Have a great morning, everybody.